Hi everyone, this is Steven from a different place in my house, and I'm here with a new video for you, and I would like to talk about the idea of what if the ambition of your company becomes the storyline of your marketing. That's an idea that is fascinating me the last few weeks, and I would like to talk to you about that. In my presentations I always talk about ambition, and one of the key examples that I always use is SpaceX, you know, the company founded by Elon Musk, and their ambition is to save mankind because Elon believes that we're gonna fuck up the planet one day, so they want to save mankind, they want to be ready to evacuate Earth, and the first step in that process is colonizing Mars. So we had the pleasure of visiting that company. And when they were explaining their ambition to us, we all thought these guys are pretty crazy in the beginning. So it was a bit an awkward situation when you're in a meeting room with a bunch of Flemish entrepreneurs and there's this guy presenting and stating that we're gonna fuck up the planet, we're gonna save mankind, we're gonna evacuate Earth, and we're gonna colonize Mars. If you hear that in 30 seconds time, it's kind of crazy. But still, after that moment, they convinced us. They explained us in great detail how they will colonize Mars. They took us to the factory and showed us around, and we saw 2,000 engineers running around in the same black t-shirt, and the t-shirt said Occupy Mars on it. So it was really impressive to see how, you know, they were purpose driven, they were mission driven, and how every decision was targeted to achieve that ambition, and that was really impressive. And if you follow Elon Musk and if you follow SpaceX, you will see that their ambition is their storyline, their ambition is their marketing. Same can be said by Google, you know. Google has Project Loon with balloons that they want to build, and they want to have a fleet of balloons around the world that beam down perfectly working 4G internet to the world to connect the entire planet. That project is a storyline by itself. Google doesn't need advertising because they have this great ambition and they're very vocal about their ambitions, and that is becoming their story. And I'm challenging a lot of companies today to ask them what their ambition is, if they are really ambitious or if they just want to make a little bit more money. I think that's the first question. Do you have an ambition that is not related to money, so that you have something that has an impact on society, on a bunch of people, on the future of the world? I don't know. But it's quite interesting to have an ambition that is not related to money and that you are serious about that ambition. And sometimes you have people that have both external and internal communication about their ambition levels, but both their employees and the market doesn't believe them. And the reason is because people will only believe your ambitions based on the decisions you make. It's not what you say, but it's based on the decisions you make. If you say that you want to colonize Mars, well, I kind of believe them, because one of the decisions they took quite recently is to ask the US government if they are allowed to send people into space, because that's something that is only allowed to the government until now. But now SpaceX is allowed to send people to space. So they made a decision that brings them closer to their target. Ask yourself, if you have an ambition that is not related to money, but it's a real ambition, what kind of decisions will you take in the next 3 months so to prove your employees and your customers and the total market that you are serious about it? And you can say, okay, Steven, but these are companies like SpaceX and Google, they are not the normal kind of companies, and that's true. So I would like to use an example of a European company that I really admire on their ambition level, and that's Volvo, the Swedish car company. They have one of the most beautiful ambitions in the market, I think. Their ambition is to achieve this moment by 2020 that nobody will die in a Volvo. You know, I like that a lot more than saying by 2020 we will have driverless cars. No, Volvo is saying by 2020 nobody should die to a Volvo, thanks to a Volvo, or despite a Volvo. And I think that's a fantastic ambition. It's very beautiful, but I also tend to believe it because Volvo is known for its safety focus. But the decisions they are making recently related to driverless cars and new technologies that they are developing, they are all in that same direction to avoid casualties related to a Volvo. So I believe them because of the decisions they make. And that's a challenge that a lot of companies have. Challenge 1, find that ambition. But challenge 2 is create a decision framework that proves the market that you are serious about this. And the moment that you achieve that, at that moment, your ambition is becoming your marketing. Your decisions are becoming your marketing. And think about how powerful that is, how you are creating scenarios. Like the story of your company is almost like the story of a movie at that moment. I think that is a really cool thing to achieve. And there's only a handful of companies that are doing that right now, but I think there's a big opportunity in many sectors because, you know, in most traditional sectors, you don't have that player. We have Volvo now in the car industry, but who will do this in the insurance industry? Who will do this in the financial world? Who will do this in the telco world? Who will do this in the manufacturing world? That is a fantastic question to talk about, and I would like to invite you to have a discussion about that during lunch today to see if you could achieve that your ambition and your decisions become your marketing.